United States of America and to the republic one nation, under God, indivisible.
Welcome everyone. We are being broadcast live over Van Buren Television. Deputy Clerk, would you call the roll?
Trustee Frazier,
Here.
trustee Kelly,
Here.
Boyan,
Here.
trustee Martin is excused, clerk Wright is excused, treasurer Bud. Here. Supervisor McNamara,
Here.
you have a quorum.
Thank you. First of all, we have an executive summary. Today we have a consent agenda which consists of the work study minutes, the board meeting minutes, the prepaid list, the voucher list, and a resolution which is with a revised memorandum of understanding of the Wayne County's land bank for approximately $6,000 for the demolition of a structure on Tyler Road. It's on the consent assembly because we already approved money on a grant for that, and so we have an extra $6,000, so we're just adding that on. Resolution 2310, which is amending the LDFA bylaw article, which means our LDFA board that's over Biscan Village can meet quarterly instead of monthly. Everybody's agreed to do that. And we're doing our reappointing Denise Partridge to the Water and Sewer Commission. She has a term expires on June 1st of 2025. New business includes a resolution to tentatively designate a special assessment district and schedule a public hearing. This is going to be for homestead condominiums. And we're going to have a discussion on second reading of an ordinance updating the township's code ordinances to authorize us to hire a single solid waste hauler. That is all I have on that. Moving on to adoption of the agenda. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
I have a motion by trustee Frazier, supported by Boynton. Trustee Boynton. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Motion opposed? Motion passes. Next item is the consent agenda. Trustee Frazier, did you want? What's that? I'll take care of that for you. Okay. Trustee Boynton, could you read the consent agenda?
read them.
You can read it. Who wants that? Trustee Boynton,
That we accept and approve the consent agenda consisting of the following: work study and board meeting minutes of May 2nd, the prepaid list of May 4th and May 11th, the voucher list of May 16th, all of 2023, and the approvals of resolution 2023-08, revised MOU with Wayne County Land Bank Authority for approximately $5,583.33 in funding to support demolition of a structure on township property located at 39600 Tyler Road. Resolution 2023-10 to amend the LDFA bylaws, Article 3, Section 2, regular schedule to meet on a quarterly basis, and the reappointment of Denise Partridge to the Water and Sewer Commission with a term to expire on June 1st of 2025.
Thank you. Trustee Frazier, would you like to support?
Support.
Okay, I have a motion, I have support. Hearing no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? This motion passes. Now the public hearing, which we have. Wait a second, do we have a public hearing scheduled today, Mr. Akers? All right. Correspondence, announcements, and presentations. We'll start with the treasurer.
This is to notify everybody that tomorrow, on May the 17th at 1 o'clock, township offices will be closed from 1 to 5 because employees and staff are going to have an active shooter training period during that time.
And I am here to, if anybody is interested in becoming a volunteer for our senior center or our recreation or our community center, We need volunteers, we really need some Meals on Wheels drivers, we need some people to help out with our food pantries, which are just, they're still needed, and we really need some help. This is becoming a county-wide problem. I mean, if you've got friends in other cities that want to come here or volunteer in their own city, the need is great for the volunteers, so thank you very much on that. Does anybody else have any announcements before I call Jennifer Zanglein up? Jennifer Zanglein, could you come up? This is Sam.
Thank you. Always good to check the mic. Good evening, board. I am deeply saddened to report the passing of one of our Recreation Committee members, Denise Willoughby. Denise has served our committee faithfully for 6 years and was a pleasure to work with. I personally have known Denise for over 20 years. She's been a fantastic asset to our community and a fantastic educator. Even though we greatly value her commitment to our committee, her greater contribution to our community has been the 16 years she spent volunteering for our local Boy Scouts troop and Venture Crew 231, and the 42 years she was just finishing and just getting ready to retire from our local elementary schools. Denise served at 42 years as a kindergarten teacher at Haggerty Elementary, Tyler Elementary, and most recently, Edgemont Elementary. If you knew Denise, you knew she cared deeply for her students, and they never went without the things they needed, including lots of love and encouragement. Clerk Leon Wright is out of town this week, not able to attend tonight's meeting, but would like me to pass along the following sentiments. Denise, as board liaison to our Recreation Committee meeting, I cannot thank you enough for your dedication to Van Buren Township and the Parks and Recreation Department. You have served the committee faithfully and have always conducted yourself in a kind and professional manner. I would like to send my sincerest condolences to Denise's husband, Tim, and son, Cordell, and her many students and colleagues. Please know that Denise was a great benefit to the township and she will be greatly missed. Thank you, Clerk Wright. Now I'd like to observe a moment of silence for our friend, Denise Willoughby. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for your service, Denise.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And honestly, for everybody, it should be deeply missed. She was monitor all the time, every day. So it was a volunteer. Oh, yeah, a wonderful volunteer. Okay, is anybody, okay, so now we're to the public comment period. The public comment period is where anybody from the audience that wishes to speak on any issue that we're about to talk about today can come up and speak. Is there anybody from the audience that wants to come up and speak on something that's going to happen today? No. Homestead? I don't know what you. Okay. All right. I don't know what you're here for.
It's a public meeting.
I just want to make sure they got a shot. Okay. All right.
I'll take care.
I'm sorry, are you asking us to come up and say something now?
Are you okay? Are you okay? No.
Oh, okay.
Where were you? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I know Homestead is on the agenda today. You are Homestead.
And we're here.
Okay.
In case the board have any
It
questions.
might be a good idea if one of you would come up and mention that, and it's, unless you want to bring them up when we call up. We'll bring it up when we call up the issue.
Yeah.
All right. New business, the discussion on to consider approval of a resolution to tentatively designate a special assessment district and schedule a public hearing on the establishment of a special assessment district over the Homestead condominiums. Can I get a motion?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve resolution 2023-09, a resolution to tentatively designate a special assessment district or SAD and schedule a public hearing of the establishment of the SAD for the Homestead condominiums.
Support. Support. That's support. Director.
Good evening, board, and thanks for having me. I'm here before you tonight to introduce a project for the homestead condominiums. This has been a long time coming. Their roads is in pretty terrible condition, so, I'm glad that we in the board will consider helping you guys with your roads fixed. That's sincere. So before you tonight is for the board to consider approval to initiate a special assessment district process. Within this process is from Public Act 188, 1954, that township have a process to go through. This is the first part of that process. This is for road improvements in the homestead condominium and to adopt a resolution to schedule a public hearing for establishment of a special assessment district. The resolution includes the certification signatures on petitions received from the subdivision that the supervisor office have certified. And I'm happy to announce that the homestead residents came in favor of 58% of residents being in favor of this project. So that gives us the opportunity to move forward and present this to you tonight. The scope of work in the area proposed for this project sets public hearing date possibly of June 6th. And that's so that the contractor can get in there and get these roads fixed so they don't get in much more dire need. Right? Here tonight, we have the Homestead Board. We have Allied Construction. It's here to answer any questions the board may have. So at which time, after I go through my presentation, I'll do my opportunity to address the board.
Any questions? So the process is this thing, we're gonna do this twice. We're gonna get a hard number that of what you plan borrowing from the township. And then we're going to notify the people in your community individually, through direct letters, what the cost will be over 5 years to their taxes. If enough of them don't get out at that time, or if people get back in, I mean, because quite frankly, you took months to get the first set of them. This one only took 2 weeks. I mean, they sent a letter out and said, anybody interested in this, you have to fill it out and, do the name properly and everything. And 2 weeks later, they had, 6 out of 10 people sending it back. So, at that point in time, then we would meet again, and then you'll come back and make sure that we vote the way you want us to lend you the money. Then you will run the construction job, and it will be your job. So there's no coming back on us. We will lend you the money because we believe in lending money to our own homeowners associations to build our own community, and that's the way we should be, I think. And then you will pay us back over 5 years. The good residents of Van Buren Township will be paid back. Any questions? No. I have a motion for the first, this is done, it's got a couple more weeks to go. It's the big part. I have a motion, and I have a second to move this forward. Hearing no further discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. You're on your way. Okay.
This is me. Any questions?
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Marlene McCullough, the president of the HOA. Does this mean then on June the 6th, we're gonna have a hearing, a public hearing for the residents to come?
Yes, I've seen my director Akers, who oversees the process with Larry and Director Lockett. They'll say yes. So we're gonna want some hard quotes on what it's gonna cost to do your roads. And we're gonna take those, okay?
We had those already. We had that before we even did the petition. That's how we got the residents' approval so quick
Okay,
this time around.
all right, super. So in between now and then, we'll send out letters, or we won't send out letters. We will send out letters, okay? We'll send out letters. Okay.
There'll be 2 letters, the first letter will go out, and then there'll be a second letter going out for the second year. at which time residents can come and voice their concerns, whether they're in favor or not, whether they want to be in or out. At that time, we'll present to the board the actual estimated cost of the project and how much it would cost each homeowner over the 5-year period.
You'll be our third homeowners association. Every sub, Greenbrier, not you.
Greenbrier is done.
Yeah,
Can you repeat
it's,
that?
every sub's almost done too.
Aggregate stuff?
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Any questions for Allied Construction or any questions for the HOA on the board?
No. Okay, no. Thank you, Director. Moving on to item number 2, discussion on and to consider approval of the second reading on an ordinance which updates the township's code of ordinance to authorize a single solid waste hauler, establish guidelines, and authorize a user fee for service. I need somebody to make this motion and read the motion as this one is about to become law.
I make a motion to consider approval of the second reading of ordinance 05-02-23, which updates the township's code of ordinances to authorize a single solid waste hauler, establish guidelines, and authorize a user fee for service.
I have a motion, to have a second? Support. All right, I have a motion, I have a second, Director Akers.
Good evening, board. As indicated, this is the second reading of an ordinance to authorize a single waste hauler, establish some guidelines, and authorize user fee for solid waste service. We gave an overview at the first reading at our May 2nd meeting. I don't have anything additional to add. However, if there are any questions, I'm happy to.
Basically, we're setting ourselves up for our future with the garbage system. We've had numerous town hall meetings, surveys, and everything else on, so. And reported in the paper. No questions?
Gotta get rid of the garbage.
I got a motion then, and I got a second, and I need a roll call on this. Deputy Clerk?
Trustee Frazier,
Yes.
trustee Kelly,
Yes.
trustee Boyan,
Yes.
treasurer Bud. Yes. And supervisor McNamara.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Director. Reports we have none. Is anybody from the public that wishes to comment at this time? Anybody from the public that wishes to comment at this time? We are doing, we will check our online.
No virtual comment, Supervisor.
All right, anybody, any of the board members wish to comment on anything? Making a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Got a motion, second.
Support.
I have a motion, second. We hear no discussion. All in favor?